Reflection, craving for attention, longing for salvation in the middle of the night. As far as the eye can see, as long as the sea is deep, as long as my soul is free, I'm alive. Over matter, love over lust, compassion over fear. Love is fire, fire, fire. Hey. I see my own reflection, craving for attention, longing for salvation in the middle of the night. As far as the eye can see, as long as the sea is deep, as long as my soul is free, I'm alive, alive, I'm alive, I'm alive.
Check, check. Check, check.
Good evening, everybody. Our heartiest welcome to Shri Bharat Hari Ji Singhania, Shrimati Vinita Ji Singhania, Shri Raghupati Ji Singhania, Shri Harshpati Ji Singhania, Shri Anshuman Ji Singhania, senior leaders, participants, and all the leaders and employees who are connected with us through live webcast of this felicitation ceremony. May I request Mr. Ravinder Jain to present saplings to Shri Bharat Hari Ji Singhania and to welcome him. I request Ms. Mahima Bhatnagar to present saplings. Ms. Mahima Bhatnagar to present saplings to Shrimati Vinita Ji Singhania and to welcome her. I request Mr. M. Pandey to present saplings to Shri Raghupati Ji Singhania and to welcome him. I request Mr. Jagdish Divate to present saplings to Shri Harshpati Ji Singhania and to welcome him. I request Mr. J.S. Sahai Raj to present saplings to Shri Anshuman Ji Singhania and to welcome him. I now request Shri Prem Singh Ji to address the participants and dignitaries.
Good afternoon, everyone. जोश थोड़ा कम है. That's better. Respected DICs, my senior colleagues, business leaders, business HR heads, all the UDAAN participants, the guests, a very warm welcome to all of you and good afternoon. So the competition of UDAAN this year, which started yesterday morning, I could see the energy that was completely visible in the room. And that was a result of 648 participants which took part in the entire competition right from the word go. And yesterday, we had 14 teams taking part in this competition. The theme of this year's competition is ESG. A word about ESG. It might appear that just like many other phrases, many other terms we have heard in the past, it is yet another buzzword, perhaps another fad. But I can assure you this is not the case. It's a reality of the business today. And based upon a research which has been carried out by McKinsey, the organizations which are in the top quartile of the ESG performance, they are likely to be 83% more profitable as compared to those which are at the bottom quartile on ESG parameters. So the research proves that ESG has a very strong business case. It's no longer a fad. It's not something which is fashionable. So the ideas that you all have deliberated in the last couple of weeks are in the cause of something which is big, which is very impactful. Number one. Number two, the guests we had this time, they came from a very diverse backgrounds. The jury members, we had the jury members from industry. For example, we had Mr. Siddiqui, who was the chief guest of the event yesterday. We had Professor Jayati Talapatra, who is an ex-professor of Delhi University, who is a specialist of ESG, now a consultant working with a NGO for the cause of ESG. We had Ms. Seema Bangia, the Chief People Officer of Mahindra Defence. We had Dr. Inderjeet Singh, the partner of Deloitte, who is specializing in the area of ESG. I'm sure their inputs to the participating teams have been extremely useful. I would urge everyone to make the best use of those inputs and also utilize the inputs which you would have got during the competitions yesterday, listening to the presentations of all the other teams. While I would certainly like to congratulate all the winners, and Chairman will do the honor of announcing the winners, before doing that, I also would like to say one more thing, friends. You see, just imagine 31st of December 2024. 31st of December 2024, what will matter the most is how much difference you have been able to make to yourself. How much you have been able to add to yourself in terms of your skill set, your competency set. That will be very, very important, and that will be your opening balance of the next year. That brings me to a very important point and relevant point of, if you have been able to do different things during your career at different points of time, you are likely to grow your competency set, your skill set. And there I bring the context of job rotations, because job rotation is a process by which we encourage you, we enable you to grow your competency set, to strengthen your skill set, and that is where you will be able to start the 2025 with a much better opening balance of your skill set. As a pursuit of job rotation as a philosophy in JK organization, what we have done is take a set of few examples of successful cases of job rotations, people who have been able to make a tremendous difference to themselves and to the organization at large. There are some test cases, there are some real cases. Please take a look. We have a beautiful video, 5-7 minutes. Please take a look, and I would encourage everyone, all the leaders, all the employees, to utilize the opportunity of job rotations. My colleague in the HR team will be more than happy to support your cause for strengthening your skill set by way of job rotation. I would now like to request you all to watch this video. With this, once again, thank you very much. All the best to everyone. Indu, can we have the AV, please?
Unless there is a trigger, the job rotation does not happen. That if I want to learn, I need to move somewhere else to learn more. So all the time, the excitement and the motivation was creating more value than what I am doing right now.
Working with the different people at different geographies and on different projects.
I was interested in learning a new thing to broaden some skill set in other departments.
It is all. Whenever there was a job rotation of mine from one place to other, before that there was a 6-month at least period where it has been proper skill development, proper training has been imparted directly or indirectly to get success in the new role.
When I was about to move in the marketing function, as a part of my development, the executive coach provided to me was a great help, because I took up some projects as suggested by the executive coach. Through those projects, the acceptability in the marketing function was so quick that there was no resistance by anybody.
towards 1 year program from XLRI, and then I also started my doctorate, my research in the competencies.
I did 1 year executive program in HR from IIM Calcutta.
I have underwent through a mini MBA program, 21 days long courses at IIM Ahmedabad, program at Singapore University on management, program on innovation at IIM Kolkata.
The instrumental in the job rotation was the HR, who was closely working with me on the development plan. So a true and fair and objective assessment of competency is instrumental. Also, unless you have a support and a patronage from the senior management, job rotation may not be successful.
When I was moving from finance to accounts, my colleague has supported me a lot. Particularly, my reporting manager helped me a lot.
The catalyst is the HOD.
Our peers, they've been very supportive. Every quarter a meeting with unit head was there, wherein my other colleagues were also invited and to understand what challenges I'm facing.
Orientation program was there, complete 4 to 5 days formally.
Challenges were more of my own mindset. Moving from a comfort zone itself is a big challenge in the mind.
Sometimes you won't get support from your team. It was a long journey to get their confidence. It took 6 months, but those 6 months was very challenging.
A job rotation is very tough in an initial period because you have to work with a new team.
You find some resistance from that domain specific people.
If you're able to manage the peers, half job is done.
I was interacting with my top management, and if we achieve a day's target or monthly target, there was a lot of appreciation. So I was on the front foot, and now I was in the support function.
There is also a challenge on a family front because the biggest sufferer is the family.
Family support matters a lot. If they don't, then I believe you can't take a decision to move out.
When I had decided to come to lead the Sirpur, she came along with me. Next day she had said that I am going back to Raigada. I will not stay here.
I try to strike a balance between my professional job and also my personal life.
If I would not have adopted that job rotation, definitely my growth was stuck up.
The job rotation always help you to make you complete team player.
I have enriched myself coming into HR and this excitement and learning the challenges. I think it has helped me to stick around this company and growing with this organization.
Clear-cut understanding about the business, number one. Number two, the self-development. And number three, the inculcation of the new things which are happening around the world.
The biggest experience is the confidence within me that I can deliver.
I assure you that like me, who started his career from environment, can reach to the level of whole-time director in a listed company. It is only JKO which can offer such opportunity to a common man.
If somebody is moving to another role, at least initially 3 to 6 months must be given to understand and to perform.
The mentor-mentee concept is very nice concept. It should be further strengthened.
It starts from the HODs. HODs should be open to accept this is the engine for an organization to develop talent. Taking people and giving people to the different function. On that basis, there should be a rating for the HODs. He or she would be clear that what kind of appraisal system will follow for them and how it will come in future also.
But sometimes they feel that they are not protected. We should make the culture that they should always feel they're protected.
Through message, eradicating the fear that take a risk. If you can't do better, come back to your original function.
There are so many blind spots. You started to exaggerate the problem. If I am not knowing, it does not mean that I am not capable to know.
We had to be self-energized.
We should not be fear for failure. If you are failing also, you are learning most at that time only.
Don't be in your comfort zone for a long period. Otherwise, you will never learn the new things.
Unless I accept job rotation would not be successful and it may not trigger.
Follow your passion, accept the job rotation.
Greater value creation.
It is a great opportunity.
Change in the short term, it looks painful, but in the longer term, it really brings the happiness and a lot of satisfaction.
Expand the horizons, embrace the job rotation.
क्या आप में है वो जोश वो जुनून तो करके दिखाइए.
So through this video, we have tried to showcase some of the successful examples of job rotation. Just imagine if you had a 10-year experience doing the same thing. It is almost like 1-year experience repeated 10 times. Doing different things is important for career growth. That is where job rotations fit in. Job rotations create win-win for two sides. It enhances the competencies of the individuals. At the same time, it also provides for a much more capable, much more versatile team. So I'm sure those claps are for all the stars and also for the team that created this video, Indu and her team. You can applaud everyone once again. I saw some hands going up. So one point I would again like to make, please do consider job rotation as a very important ingredient for your career growth, and this is extremely important from JKO standpoint. And I'm sure the HR heads are available for any assistance. We have also requested all these people who have done job rotation successfully being available as the thought leaders, as mentors, and who can also provide a lot of advice to the people as to what to do, what not to do to be successful post job rotations. So with this now, I would make a request to the chairman for announcing the results. So just give me half a minute.
This is Team M of CPM JK paper. अच्छा पीछे बैठे हम ले लेते So it is now first runner up is awarded to Team D UCWL. And now I have the pleasure of announcing the name of the winner. That is Team J, RPS CEO, JK Tire.
I request Shri Anuj Kathuria ji to share his experience of Udan.
A very good afternoon to all my colleagues. Respected DICs, esteemed jury members, senior executives, passionate business teams, and all the inspiring participants. A warm welcome and a heartfelt thank you to each of you for joining us at the concluding session of this JKO annual Udan competition today. I would like to start by extending my personal congratulations to all the three winner teams. But beyond that, I think all the teams that have been participating in this event are true winners, because I have gone through some of the presentations and the ideas that have come through, and each one of them stands out. And I'm sure many of them will be adopted in our workplaces going forward. I am personally very happy to get this opportunity to stand over here and share my experiences of this Udan competition. In my career of 35 years, I have seen similar formats that have played out in various other organizations. And this, believe me, is such a important platform which gives the opportunity for all of us to participate and bring out the best in each one of us. So I'm sure that UDAAN, which has a great history for the JKO organization, is in no way any different from the others that we have experienced. And going forward, I feel that this will be further adding to the wealth of knowledge and the ideas that we keep on funneling every year. I would like to quote Albert Einstein, who said, "We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them." This actually made me thinking that how do we keep on innovating? And also to take a leaf from what Prem Singh ji just showed, the video on job rotations. So these are various things which always tell us that we need to do things differently. May not be do different things, but at least the things that we do, we need to do them differently. We require a very different approach. And UDAAN serves as a springboard for this. It's a platform wherein each one of us can come and participate and try to do something which is not the usual, not the run of the mill. It also cultivates and fosters a cross-functional collaboration. It's a platform for cross-functional collaboration, cultivates an environment where diverse perspectives come together and we are tackling very complex issues over here. If you take the theme for this year's competition, it was driving stakeholder value through ESG. And wherever we go these days, ESG is a subject which is gaining importance. In fact, going forward, I think so, ESG will become an important criteria of doing business in the international arena. And we as a company, we as an organization are taking great strides, and I'm sure we will continue to do that even going forward. Here, the ideas that have been, and this is a very important theme, which has actually got almost 160 plus teams working on this. And I can only imagine that the kind of fertile ideas that have come in and how they can be funneled and how can they be used in our businesses to take this theme forward and to actually cement. Just to share with all of you, many of you may be aware, but at JK Tyres, we have taken a very big stride in terms of ESG, and very happy to share that 2 times in a row, we have been rated the best in the industry by a third party, which is CareEdge, and this year's rating was almost at 78, the score. So we will not stop here. We will continue to take this forward. And I'm sure that in all the other organizations as well, within the group, the businesses, whether it is the paper business, the cement business, or even at JK Fenner, and all the other companies, these ideas, this important agenda of ESG is being pursued, and we will see that we will be standing out as an organization on this important front. So just to conclude, I would like to say that let's embark on this journey together and create a future where we are seen as acting responsible environmentally. We take social well-being to the next level. And also, while doing this, we have very strong governance. And these should become the cornerstones of our success. Not just for us as an organization, but also for the world that we are living in and we intend to leave behind for the next generations to come. But before I conclude, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to all the stakeholders that have made this happen. This is an event that is done on an annual basis. It requires a lot of effort. And I am very thankful to all the people who participated, right starting from the jury members who gave their time, all the DICs, sir, all of you are present here, the business heads from each of the respective businesses who gave their constant guidance and led by example, senior leaders, business teams, not to forget the business HR teams in the plants in the various locations, even the admin teams which supported all this effort, the group HR team led by Mr. Prem Singh. This is a platform that has been provided for all of us, and on behalf of all of us, sir, as an organization, we commit that we will be using this platform more effectively in the times to come. So with this, I wish all of you the very best in the years to come, and a very thank you from my side. Thank you.
Indu, kindly allow me half a minute, just a change in the schedule. So friends, very important. I would like you all to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Chandrasekhar Shripada. Dr. Chandra, thank you so much. Dr. Chandra is Professor of Practice at ISB Hyderabad, and before assuming this role, he has been a very well-respected HR leader in the country. The last assignment he held was the global CHRO of Dr. Reddy's for many years. So Dr. Chandra, thank you so much. We truly appreciate your joining us. Thank you so much. Indu, back to you.
I now invite a runner-up team from CPM to give their presentation.
Good evening, one and all present here. We are Team Eco Warriors representing Unit CPM JK paper. Myself, Vartika Duggal, along with my team member, Mr. Ranbir Singh, Mr. Omakant Patil, and Mr. Raju Patil. We have taken this project under the project UDAAN, and the theme of our project is driving stakeholders' values through environmental, sustainable, and governance, that is ESG. These are the contents of our presentation. Firstly, we will be telling you about the objective, then idea, concept, innovation, workable recommendations and action plan, methodology of our project, cost-benefit analysis, and lastly, how it is impacting on our business results. Our project mainly focuses on vision and mission. We are wish to become industry leader to create better and sustainable future. Our mission mainly focuses on innovation, cost competitiveness, people and community care. These are the objectives of our presentation, which are based on the SMART terminology. That is, S stands for sustainable operations, M, measuring impact of sustainable practices, A, attraction of stakeholders, employees and society, and R, recycling and reuse, and lastly, T stands for technology enhancement. Now coming to the next slide, which is reflecting our concept of the project and our efforts to save the environment through it. See, although we are using backwater from our process within the mill, we as a team have brainstormed and we have come to a conclusion that we will be using the recovered fibers through it. As presently, the unrecovered fibers are going to ETP, where the dewatering of process takes place. And after that, we are selling it to the market in the form of sludge. In addition, we will improve the environment by preventing sludge and protecting the soil and water, and also enhance the company's reputation with stakeholders and government bodies. We have come to an innovative idea of transforming environmental waste as a usable product. Next slide will be explained by Mr. Umakant Patil.
Thank you, Vartika. Here, let me explain you in the brief the process flow chart of the paper making. Here, wood is the major raw material to convert the paper and paperboard as a finished product. In this process, we have several processes like chipping, pulping, paper making, and lastly, the effluent treatment plant. Mainly in chipping process, the wood logs are getting converted into chips, acceptable size of chips, where some amount of fine dust is also generated. That is being used in the coal-fired boilers. Fly ash is also generated, and that is used in the for the cement industries and brick industries. The chips from the chipping process goes to the pulping section, where the chips are cooked with the white liquor and convert into the brown pulp. The brown pulp is further washed, screened to remove the impurities, and finally the brown pulp is converted into the white pulp through bleaching process. Here the weak black liquor that is converted again into the white liquor through chemical recovery processes, where some amount of CO2 is also generated, and that is again reutilized for the production of the precipitated calcium carbonate, which is also used in the paper making process as a filler. The white pulp from the pulping section then goes to the paper making, where paper and paperboard is manufactured and sold to the market. In this whole process, the excess amount of the backwater is collected in the effluent treated plant, and that is again treated, where the backwater is utilized for the agriculture and plantation purpose. Here, the white sludge, the solid waste, is generated. At present, we are selling to the market. Here, our teams comes with our innovative ideas and how we can utilize this white sludge that can be used in our internal uses of the mill purpose. So before going to that, so we conducted the lab studies with the 100% of the sludge, and with different combinations of the wastage, we are having core pipes and all these things. We prepared the hand sheet, and the strength properties like burst factor and tensile index are matching with the products we are purchasing from the market. Next. As the the packaging board is being, we are selling to the market, is being utilized for the packaging of the product, where the hygiene test is also important. So we carried out the sludge for order test and total bacteria count test. So in Robinson test, we took the sample of sludge and kept in closed jar for 24 hours, and the 3 different persons have been tested for the order, where order was not found. So similarly, the bacteria count was also not found, but within permissible limits. So we can go ahead and conclude that we can go ahead with the products that we are searching. Here, the next slides will be presented by Mr. Ranveer Singh ji.
So let me take you through our current process and the proposed process which we are proposing for handling this sludge within our mills. At present, the sludge at a consistency of 3 to 4% it is coming in our sludge tank, and from that it is going to dewatering press. At dewatering press, we are removing the water from that sludge, and at outlet we are getting a sludge at 20% of consistency, and that sludge is being transported by trucks to the vendors, to the customers, majorly in Morbi area. So our proposal is to make mill board from this sludge so that we can use it in packing material within our mill, as well as we can sell it to the market for different products like stationery, book covers, and textile. In textile industry also we can sell it. Before we move further, let us go through some of the data of last year for sludge generation and sale. Last year, on an average, we were selling 2,000 tons of sludge per month, and that sludge is at a consistency of 20%. So in that 20% consistency, the 70% is organics, that is wood fiber, and 30% is inorganic like calcium carbonate and silica. So we were selling it at an average price of 1714. You can see that the price fluctuation is very high, so that is purely market based on the waste paper pricing and that. And we were generating a revenue of around 33 lakhs per month from this sludge sale. Since it is, as per studies, 16% of the greenhouse gases are contributed by transport and logistics. So we have worked out the transportation data for this sludge also. On an average, we are dispatching 64 trucks from our mill to Morbi area. So Morbi area is around 500 kilometers. So our trucks are traveling around 32,000 kilometers per month for this sludge transportation, and they are consuming around 1.1 lakh of diesel per annum. And the carbon emission from these trucks is around 25 tons per month. So 300 ton per carbon emission is there from these trucks. Similarly, we are buying our packing material from market, and that is being brought from Badoli area, that is 50 kilometers from our side. So overall carbon emission from those trucks is around 6 tons per annum. For this elimination, we have proposed to put one mold machine within our ETB plant. So I will explain the process here. This sludge tank is available in our ETB plant. So we'll be installing beater, mold machine, then calendar machine, gluten machine, and die cutting machine. Sludge at a consistency of 3 to 4%, it will be taken to beater for increasing its fiber bonding. And from there it will be spread on the mold machine. The mold machine will be of width 52 inch, that is 1.3 meter. And outlet of this, the web sheet from this mold machine will be 1.2 meter. And the outlet consistency at mold machine will be 50%. So after that it will be taken to for air drying in sunlight, and it will take around 12 hours for sheet to dry. The capacity of one machine is around 2.5 to 3 tons per day. And once it is dried, there will be waviness issue because it is sun dry, moisture will not be even. So it will be taken to calendar machine where the flatness of the sheet will be maintained. And as per the conversion requirement, the conversion process will take place. If it is to be sold to the market in sheet form, then it will be taken to gluten machine. And in case it is required for our packing material, we have proposed to use it as a side dish for reel packing and top sheet for our pallet packing, which are going to the market. As of now, we are buying side disc from Badoli area, that is corrugated side disc, and top sheet we are using edge protectors, angle boards. So we will be replacing that. For side disc, it will be going to die cutting machine. Now next process will be explained by Mr. Raju.
So after the processes, let us understand what are the cost benefits what we can gain and what is the environmental benefits. And here the capex requirement for the, we have taken two workings actually. One is for 12 hours pilot trial will be there, and next will be the 24 hours working. So in the pilot trial for the machine capex requirement is 30 lakhs. So here we have considered the fixed depreciation cost, interest cost, and maintenance cost for the machine. And the manpower cost what we have considered is 4 manpowers we will be engaging, and the cost considered is 1,13,000. So the energy cost also we have taken care in this, and it is 46,800 per month. And the sludge cost what we have taken here is for 200 metric tons of sludge we will be consuming. So it will be totally eliminated to sending out of the plant. So it is considered as 3,42,000 per month. So the total cost, producing cost of our packing material will be 40 metric tons, and that will be 5,65,000 per month. So the total buying of the same product what we are using for our in-house using of the packing. So the cost is 7,16,000. So the difference is 1,50,000 per month, and the per annum it is 18 lakh rupees. In the same way, the cost benefit after the pilot trial, when we are going with the full-fledged production, it will be 30 lakhs. The capex will be same. Machine utilized will be for 24 hours, and the fixed and depreciation cost and interest maintenance will be 62,500 only. Manpower cost we have considered for 3 shifts, and that is 2,82,000. The energy cost will be double. It will be running 24 hours. It is 93,600. So here the sludge what we are consuming earlier it was 200. Now we will be avoiding 400 tons going out of the plant. So that is the major benefit for us. And the total cost for producing this 80 metric tons will be 11 lakh rupees. And the buying cost of the same will be same as 7,16,000, but the remaining 40 tons what we are producing will be sold to the market as prime product. So the revenue generation from that will be 22,000 per metric ton, and it is 8,80,000. So the total annual saving will be 4,71,000 per month, and per annum it will be 56,62,000. So in the same case, when we go on our impact on the total business, what we have considered, so the reduction of the carbon emission is one of the major factor. So the elimination of waste sending out, and the emission also reduction by 6537 kgs per month. And in the same way, the ROI will be considered in 1 year only, it is 56,62,000. And from the second year, the revenue generation will be additional, it is 64.12 lakhs per annum. One more innovative idea we have thought about, ki any paper waste which is generated in plant or corrugated boxes which is coming from outside, inside our plant, and whatever is generated in our colony, we are not disposing out, so we will be consuming in our process, so that also will be eliminated. This fiber loss will be totally eliminated.
That is for one machine. Similarly, we can install 5 machines there. So this working is for one machine. After installing 5 machines, we will not be selling anything to the market. The sludge will not be sold to the market.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, can you show us samples? Yes, sir.
Yes.
So these are some of the samples made from such type of sludge. This is the hand sheet we have made from this sludge.
Produced in the
UCWL.
So these are the samples. Handmade sheet, and we will be making these big sheets. Sorry, sir.
Good evening, everyone.
May I request any discussions may be held after the presentations are over. We'll have some break after this.
Good evening, everyone. Dear respected dignitaries, senior leaders, and my colleague, thank you for giving us this opportunity to present our idea for UDAAN competition. We are here representing team UCWL. With me is
Myself, Pratik Kankaria from Mines Department.
My name is Jayesh Kumar. I am from Production Department. My name is Vishal Rajawat from Politics Department.
My name is Gurpreet. I am from HR Department. As for the theme this year for UDAAN competition, that is driving stakeholder value through ESG, we are focusing more on sustainable future. Our long-term target is that we want to be carbon neutral by 2040, for which we are driving various initiatives, out of which we decided to go ahead with this topic, that is replacing clinker with phyllite, which will help us to transform waste into sustainable cement, ultimately helping and reducing the cost of the cement, which could be a turnaround story for the entire cement industry. Let us give you a brief about the material phyllite. It is a type of metamorphic rock, mostly found in the upper layer of limestone belt. The same is considered as a waste material. However, it contains a significant amount of silica, aluminium, and iron, which ultimately pulled our attention to deep dive into the material and extract the opportunities out of it. Hence, the objective of our topic is to leverage the property of phyllite by using it as a replacement of clinker and unlocking value for multiple stakeholders through ESG. Let us give you a brief about our idea is catering the theme of ESG.
Under the environment category, as we are using the waste material As we are using the waste material, it will be helping the environment to protect from landfills along with reduction in the carbon footprints.
Under sustainability, we will seek pathway for sustainable development which will have positive impact on our cost reduction and strength of our product.
Under governance, is we are fulfilling the compliance of Indian Bureau of Mines and Bureau of Indian Standards.
Next we have is idea and concept. As we thought about waste and transforming something out of the waste that could add value to our business and stakeholders, post multiple rounds of brainstorming session and elimination of ideas, our dear colleague gave us a thought and said, can we do something with this subgrade waste material of mines? That is when we strike off this material phyllite and the journey of our idea initiated. We started researching more in this particular material and roped in our mentors to help us better. With years of experience into the industry, they informed us that phyllite is used as an aggregate by concrete manufacturers. With this, our confidence boosted and we started researching more on this particular material. Post that, we collected few samples and put on our research glasses to find out that what are the physiochemical properties of this material. Next, I would request Vishal to please take us forward.
We performed some lab tests on raw phyllite and calcined phyllite, and we are amazed to see the result differences between both the forms. In this slide, we can see the result differences between chemical parameters of raw phyllite and calcined phyllite. Lime reactivity, which is a crucial factor, is observed 2.5 in raw phyllite, and after calcination, it becomes 6.5. So the concept is, after calcination, it develops pozzolanic properties, which react with the free lime of clinker, making secondary CHS gel. This will help in reducing porosity and increasing strength of the cement. The calcination is the process where CO2 is liberated by heating the material at 900 degree temperature with a retention period of 2 hours. Conclusion is, high lime reactivity observed under calcined phyllite proves that it could be used as clinker replacement. Initially, we were not clear what could be the worst case scenario if the process get failed or we did not get the desired result, but we did not want to stop there. One phrase says it all, "Jahan cha hai wahan raah hai." So we decided to use raw phyllite as replacement of clinker, but results were not satisfactory due to low lime reactivity of raw phyllite. The strength of cement is degraded. Then we repeated the same process with calcined phyllite. Results were very satisfactory as we got the cement which is more stronger, more durable. This is where we could add values to our customers by delivering them better quality of cement. Hence we call the calcination of phyllite as our innovation because nowhere this process has been ever explored or being used. Now request Jess to proceed.
Thank you, Vishal. So this slide depicts the timeline of our workable recommendation, which is to use calcined phyllite as clinker replacement. At the very first step, we require the material itself. So we started our journey with finding the sources and availability of phyllite. We found that the Aravalli region of Rajasthan is a rich source of phyllite, and our plant is situated in that area. That is our fortune. And after finding the sources and availability, the material was needed to be processed in our lab itself, and these processes includes calcination of raw phyllite, then cement production with the help of that calcined phyllite, and further to have quality checks, we need to perform various physical and chemical analysis. Post these analyses, we wanted to get assured that our product should be BIS compliant. For that, we compared all the results with the BIS standards. After finding the being compliant, we will apply for addition of the material in BIS additives list. After getting the approval from the BIS, we can start the plant stage production. On the basis of our action plan, we have developed a methodology which includes these 3 steps, which starts from initial survey and feasibility of phyllite, then to conduct a pilot project, and then meeting the standards, and further planning the plant stage production. So I would like to brief here the pilot project which we have already conducted, which start with the research and survey in which we visited 2 phyllite mines. We have contacted 2 vendors for the calcination process, and also we have approached 3 vendors for the logistic support. As a result of our research and survey, we find out that the cost of the calcined phyllite will be approximately 1450 rupees per metric ton of material. And we also found that 20 lakh metric ton material was available on the vendor site which we have visited. And that material was completely waste for those vendors. And as we are using that waste material in our process, we will protect the environment from landfills. And here are some of the glimpses of our visit to mines and sample collection. So initially it was a bit challenging for us to navigate the process without knowing any full stop, this process is very new. So with the help of our mentors and their suggestions and guidelines, we started our journey with using different proportions of firelight, which are 2 to 10% as we can see here. Along with that, the compressive strength, which is a very major impact from the point of view of stakeholders, business and customers. So when we compare the compressive strength, we find out that it is increasing with increase in the firelight contribution. But to fulfill the governance targets, when we compared our results with the BIS norms, we find out that mix number 4 is becoming non-compliant as it is exceeding the insoluble residue value, which should be less than 5%. So here we got the optimal limit of the firelight, which can be used in our process, and that would be 6%. Along with the quality aspects, we have also considered the financial aspects. As we can see that we will be able to reduce the cost of the cement by 2.87%, which in terms of money will be 88 rupees per metric ton of cement, which is again a very significant amount. By reducing this much amount of cement, we can increase the values of our stakeholders and business as well, on the basis of which we can successfully say that our project has the potential to impact the dynamics of the cement industry. Now we'll talk about what exactly the cost benefits are to the business. To quantify the cost benefits, we have considered financial year 22-23 as our base year. If we would have used 6% of calcined firelight as against the clinker replacement, we would have saved 3.53 crore rupees in that year. And this much cost saving comes from by lowering the fuel consumption along with raw material saving. Along with these tangible cost benefits, we are having intangible benefits in terms of carbon emission reduction, which is in significant amount, which will ultimately help the business to achieve its long-term goal to become carbon neutral by 2040. Now I will request Pratik to move further.
Nowadays, businesses are facing pressure to rethink their operations with respect to environment, sustainability and other government norms. However, these certain challenge comes with the opportunity to transform for the betterment. And businesses also having potential to unlock the new opportunities and add value to their stakeholders. Here are the stakeholders: customer, society, government, investors and shareholders. Now, moving to the business impacts, the major business impacts are cost saving of cement manufacturing by 2.87%, that is 88 rupees per metric ton of cement manufacturing. It will make our cement more sustainable for the customers and our shareholders will be benefited. Then we have compressive strength of our cement, which is increased by 6.8 megapascal. It will add value to our customer and investors. Further, we have carbon emission, which is reduced by approximately 20,000 tons CO2. Here we integrated all three: environment, sustainability and government norms. This will help our society in terms of green environment as well as attracts our investors. Last but one of the most important business impacts, that is reduction of limestone by 84 kg per ton of cement manufacturing. As a limestone is a natural resource and base raw material for any cement manufacturing industry, by reducing its consumption, we will help society as well as government for long run in terms of mineral conservation. Here we have another aspect of business impact. Earlier we have talked about the clinker replacement in OPC grade cement, but now we will talk about the PPC cement. The main three ingredients of PPC cement are clinker, gypsum and fly ash. Looking for the today's scenario, we as an industry moving towards the renewable energy, so the availability of fly ash will be challenge for us as the cost will go up. Hence, this firelight material will be a good alternative as it contains pozzolanic property. As of now, we considered only single unit UCWL, but we suggest to implement the same to entire JK Lakshmi cement businesses. This could be a huge cost saving for us. Here we have a prospective business impact, that is setting up our own calcination plant. It is also be part of our study of having our own calcination plant rather than procuring long-term calcine finance from outsources. Our overall project cost will be 20 crore rupees. If here we considered only single unit UCWL, our firelight consumption will be around 73 ton per day. As a resultant, our annual payback of the project will be around 3.53 crore. But if we consider here JK Lakshmi, Sirohi and Udaipur cement combinedly, our firelight consumption will be around 450 ton per day. As a result, our annual payback cost will be around 22.43 crore and our payback period will be less than 1 year. This will make it more viable of setting up our own calcination plant. In present world, companies are not only judged by their profitability, but also commitment to operating efficiently, ethically, and sustainably. So at last, I would like to share a thought, which is everything is present on the Mother Earth. We need to find out ways for sustainable future in this changing world. And we can achieve it by socially responsible investment. And at last, we are proud to say that we have taken a step to find one. Thank you.
Thank you.
It is being used as an aggregate in concrete mix, and because that is not being processed, so ultimately the strength of that concrete is being degraded. But yes, it's like a stone, like limestone, and it is found in two types. One in the limestone mines as upper layer, which is waste for our mines, and secondly, there are individual phyllite mines also available, which we have found in our survey. So both of the sources we can take from.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if we mix the phyllite as is its raw form, then it degrades the quality of the cement. But after going through our process, it will increase the strength and other values.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Team J, RPSCOE.
Good evening, all respectful dignitaries and JKO organization families. Our project title is Sustainable Tire for Future. We are cross-functional team from Dedbodi Singhania Center of Excellence, which is a global technology center of JK Tire, located at Mysore. Our cross-functional team, myself, Subin Thomas from Corporate Process Technology.
Myself, Tirthankar Vanjari from Raw Material Group.
Myself, Joel Jose from Product Development.
Myself, Loganathan from Reinforcement Team.
What is a tire? Tire, it is a highly engineered composites which consists of different type of raw material such as natural rubber, synthetic rubber, chemicals, fabric and steel tire cord. In typical passenger car radial tire, it consists of 20% bio-based material, 60% petroleum derived material. Our project objective is to make a sustainable tire with respect to a material perspective point. How to achieve this one? We have to reduce this petroleum derived material and increase the bio-based material and recycle content without compromising the product performance. How to achieve this one? My colleague will explain.
Now we have got our target to enhance the bio-based material content from 20% to a higher level without incorporating any natural rubber content, because this 20% is natural rubber present in our tire. But we cannot enhance the natural rubber content because at present, because of scarcity, we are importing 30% natural rubber from our side. We cannot directly enhance NR content in our tire. But we have to enhance biomaterial content in our tire. How we have enhanced the biomaterial content will come to later. And we have to enhance the recycled material content from 1% to any higher percentages. So to to achieve that target, we have incorporated a concept, fiber concept. That concept has been incorporated. The concept is telling reduce, reuse, recycle, recover, and redesign. And we have applied this concept. How we have achieved that only using this concept, I will come to know. Here in the left hand side, if you see below that regular tire circle, there are 3 images. Okay, these are images. What is the potential sources of the raw material for our tire? And right hand side 2 images, we have identified these potential sources of our raw material from recycled material. After multiple discussion with several suppliers, we have finalized these raw material as a potential resources for our raw material. If you see here, left hand side, the sugar cane juice. In sugar mill, using the sugar cane juice, while preparation of sugar happens, the molasses generation happens. That molasses is a waste. Using that molasses, in collaboration with Versalis company, we have made synthetic rubber, that is a bio-based rubber to replace petroleum-based rubber. In collaboration of Whitman company, using that edible oil waste, we have made oil that is called your rubber process oil, that has been used as a rubber process oil in our tire industry. And in collaboration with Tata Group, from rice husk, we have manufactured silica. That silica has been used as a main ingredient of our raw material. Now coming to the recycled material, this is the images of scrap tires which we are throwing here and there, and it is now burning or landfilling happening. To avoid that one, in collaboration with Aditya Birla Group and Tina Group, we have made recycled carbon black as well as crumb rubber powder. That has been used as potential sources of our raw material. And if you see the drinking bottle we are throwing here, that drinking bottle has been used to generate your fabric, recycled fabric, polyester fabric, that has been used as a fabric in our raw material. In this way, we could able to achieve the bio-based material from 20% to 58% without enhancing the natural rubber consumption, as well as recycled material consumption has reached to 10%. Now, how we have done, how we have achieved the target, and what is the performance of our tire will be briefed by our friend Mr. Joel Jose.
Moving on to the methodology part, after doing several research and development, we were able to develop a material which meets the specific requirement. The raw materials as well as the finalized compound underwent stringent quality checks where the physical as well as chemical properties were verified. The next step involved a small-scale plant trial where we made around 25 tires, which was validated and tested. Industrialization and commercialization is under progress. Once the tire reaches the end of life, it will be recycled again, and the concept of circular economy is being reinforced here. So as we can see here, even though there were several material substitution, we found that the performance parameters, which includes the safety as well as comfort levels, were at par with the regular tire. Even though we have improvised the sustainability coefficient of the tire, we found that the tire weight got increased by around 400 grams. We had a brainstorming session among ourselves and came up with a plan which will be elaborated in the subsequent slide.
Yeah. So from the brainstorming sessions for reducing the tire weight, we have analyzed the actual current tire data. So from the data, we can clearly see that the tread component is the major weight contributor for the tire. But from the results, it is evident that our sustainability is already on par with the mileage and mileage performance and other safety performance with respect to our regular tire. So we don't want to disturb the tread component at the moment. So we are going to focus on the second major component, that is the build package. So where in build package, we will be using 2 steel cords in the tire, PCR tire. And currently we are using a 3 into 0.30 high tensile cord. So the concept which we are going to implement is to use a thinner, a lighter, and a stronger steel cord. So where we will be reducing the diameter of the steel cord, but at the same time we will be achieving the targeted braking strength of the steel cord. So by this way, after discussing this concept, we have a discussion with our steel cord suppliers, and we are proposing 2 steel cords, 4 into 0.225 ultra tensile and 2 into 0.30 super tensile and ultra tensile. So we have done theoretical calculations by replacing only the current steel cord with our new proposed steel cord. So from the theoretical calculations, we are estimating 12 to 16% weight reduction at the build package level, which corresponds to a 2 to 3% weight reduction at our tire level. So moving on to cost benefit analysis. So at the current situation, we have to pay a premium for our sustainable tire, and our sustainable tire is 199 rupees, which is 8.9% higher than our regular tire. And at the moment, we have taken we have consumed only a little of our sustainable materials, and we have made a 25 tires, limited quantity. But in future, and once we commercialize our sustainable tire, we are expecting the price of the sustainable materials to go down, and we are also expecting the price of sustainable tire to come down in the near future. And from the internal survey, we came to know that people are willing to pay a premium for our sustainable tire. You can see from the data, more than 60% of the people are willing to pay a 5 to 10% premium for a sustainable tire compared with regular tire. And the other major advantage which we are having with our proposal is that we can use our existing manufacturing line to produce our sustainable tire, and no additional capex investment is required for our sustainable tire production. Mr. Titankar will carry with impact.
Thanks, Loganathan. Now we have fulfilled our two targets. One target to minimize the petroleum-based material by incorporating recycled material as well as bio-based material, and another target to achieve the performance of the tire. Whatever the tire performance is achieving in regular tire, we have to maintain the similar performance in the sustainable tire. We have achieved both the targets. Apart from both the targets, here if you see, our regular tire GHG emission is happening 26.4 carbon dioxide equivalent, but in the sustainable tire it is happening 18.6, which is approximately 30% less with respect to the regular tire. How we have achieved? Here right hand side the bar chart is showing, first one is showing synthetic rubber. In a single tire, synthetic rubber is providing 7 kg of carbon dioxide equivalent. We have minimized that one to 1.5 kg by incorporating bio-based rubber. And the second one, carbon black, we have partially replaced petroleum based carbon black using regenerated black, which has been generated from ELTs, scrap tire. That has been used, that has been minimized a lot. The GHG has been minimized a lot from 5.5 to 3.2. And if you see the fabric one, third one, fabric one, we have used recycled fabric. Because of the recycled fabric, the GHG has also decreased. And the last one, recycled rubber, use of recycled rubber, the GHG is coming to the negative one. That 4 parameters is decreasing the total GHG emission of the sustainable tire. We have seen the performance as well, performance is okay, as well as GHG is also decreasing with respect to regular tire. Now coming to the sustainability impact on the business, next slide, last slide. To align our project with this theme, environment, sustainability goal. Our project is providing these parameters by conserving natural resources, minimizing waste and pollutions, and reduce carbon footprint to the environment. Now coming to the sustainability of the business, it is enhancing brand reputation, long-term viability, as well as it will attract our investors. Now to the governance, it is complying EPR, that is Extended Producer Responsibility Act 2022, which is saying whatever tire we have generated in 2022-23, we have to recycle, or we have to take credit note from the recycler, 100% we have to take that one. So to enhance their business, to promote their business, we have enhanced the recycled material consumption in our tire. And the last one, aligned with the 8 number of SDGs. These are the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, 8 parameter we are aligning with the goals. This is not the last one. ISCC, International Sustainability and Carbon Certification, it is a governing body. It has been made to verify whether we are doing greenwashing or not. In every slide if you see, we are saying sustainable tire, sustainable tire. Whether this one is actually sustainable tire or not. To avoid this greenwashing, this ISCC governing body has been made, who will audit our plant to verify whether we are producing sustainable tire or not. First audit has been done in the 4th of April, and next audit has been scheduled in the 3rd of June. This is coming Monday, and we will likely to be the first ISCC certified tire company in India. Thank you. This is our tire. This is the proto tire, sustainable tire we have made. Thank you.
We'll now start with the felicitation ceremony. I invite second runner-up, CPM Team M, to receive the trophies. I'll announce the name and you are requested to proceed accordingly. Mr. Ranveer Singh. I request all the teams to receive the trophies. Shivaji Patil. Miss Vartika Duggal. I invite business head and business HR head of JK Paper to receive the team trophy. I invite first runner-up UCWL team to receive the trophies. Mr. Jayesh Kumar. Rajawat. Mr. Pratik Kankriya. Mr. Gurpreet Bhatia. I request Business HR Head and Business Head of UCWL team to receive the team trophy. I invite the winning team, RPSCOE, Team J, to receive the trophies. Mr. Subin Das, Mr. Subin Thomas. Mr. Loganantham M. Mr. Tirankar Bandari. Mr. Joel Jose. I invite business HR heads and business head to receive the team trophy. May I request Dagarji also to join? Miss Seema Bangia, one of the judges for Udan competition 2023-24, is connected with us online. I request Miss Seema Bangia to please share her experience of Udan competition as a judge.
Thank you so much, Indu ma'am, and thank you everybody. It's been an honor and pleasure to be part of this jury. And thank you all the dignitaries on the dais and colleagues of the dais. It was a wonderful experience yesterday, a lot of learning for the judges as well. And our prime motive was to also look at, besides all the parameters were given to us, we were also looking at the scalability of any project, you know, and what kind of revolution it's going to bring. So I'm sure it was a very difficult challenge to actually identify the best out of the 14 teams. And I hope we have done a reasonably okay job. And my congratulations to all the participants who presented their presentation, and also for the organization, especially for Mr. Prem Singh, because all these are HR, employee engagement initiatives are meant by any very, very progressive organizations. Because I was part of the Nari Shakti also at some time back, and I realized the kind of revolution this group is creating in this space is amazing. So thank you so much for giving me an honor or me opportunity to be part of the jury. And thank you very much and wish you all the best.
So, Seema, thank you so much for those wonderful words, and thank you so much for investing your time. Truly appreciate. We also have with us Dr. Chandra. So, Dr. Chandra is Professor of Practice at ISB. Dr. Chandra, thank you so much for being with us this afternoon. We would love to hear your thoughts. I know it has been a very short time that we gave you the material, and although we have given a small briefing, but purely from the standpoint of a practitioner as well as an academic now, how do you look at it, and what is the message you would like to share with the participants? Over to you.
So good afternoon, namaskar. Such a privilege. I must confess that this is the first time that I have come to any function or anything about JK organization. JK Group exists. Of course, I know it's one of the reputed progressive business groups. As a citizen of the country, as a customer of some of your products, and as an observer, I have, of course, some appreciation, but this is live for me. So I'll wear two lenses from which I will speak. One is, to be more precise, I'm a professor of organizational behavior. That's a subject we teach in the business school. So I will make some observations about how your organization behaved today in this function and what it tells me about your organization. Professor Sumantra Ghoshal, who was passed away from London Business School, used to talk about something called the smell test. When you want to know an organization, doesn't have to do a whole lot of diagnosis. It's okay to smell and figure out. So if you trust my nose, then I'm going to take the liberty of making some observations more from the lens of how the organization behaved. And the second is the professorial lens, and it's a bad lens. The professor always grades papers, and he gives marks, and he can't stop from finding errors either. So he points out what didn't go right. So if you give me the permission, I'll do that too, a little bit, to sort of just alert us to see what might we do. So my reactions are like this. I go, obviously, long life. I've been into many organizations. I teach many organizations. I meet many leaders. Rarely do I see such an assembly of the entire leadership of the Singhania family present for one of the probably many, many events that this organization does. Top management commitment, genuine, authentic, real, to see and to believe. Congratulations. I think it's a great, great pleasure. I'm quite touched. I'm quite touched. But I'll tell you what I observed about this presence. Sometimes such presence is very customary. It is someone like Prem Singh would sort of persuade them, and they would all come. People will be very encouraged if you come. So under some kind of an obligation, leaders come. But if they do that, they wouldn't have done what these gentlemen and lady did. One, they showed absolute genuine interest. Their eyes were glued on that screen. They were watching every detail. Wherever they had a question they asked, it was not a ritual. It was full involvement and engagement, and I was watching carefully as to what is happening. Two, full of appreciation, clarificatory questions, at the right spot, you know, what needs to be asked, what has to be understood. So no micromanagement and yet enough hands-off observation. 3, absolute human touch. Do you see, for example, there was a gentleman who's about to come and cross this limit. So here is a senior leader telling him, no, move forward. There's a gentleman who's not coming in the photograph. The leaders are not taking their photograph. They're ensuring that the people are getting photographed. I do watch, sirs, many leaders. I do not see these behaviors. And sometimes I feel they're so full of their authority, power, position, and that they are not worried about who is there in this. Here is a leadership that demonstrated. I have made interesting notes when they were looking at how, for example, if a team member was standing behind hesitantly, another person was receiving the prize, then one of the leaders invites him, come over. So, you know, there is this spirit of fostering. If this is what leadership does, there is no way you can do anything different. And this is what you do. There is no way JK Group can be not the world's best. This is you know, this is what I observe, because companies are built on people and people centricity. The human quality of a company is the most sustainable aspect of a company. We are discussing sustainability. It's a very core subject integrated to that. The second interesting thing is that this leadership involvement doesn't seem to be only for the top. The CEOs of the companies, the senior leaders are all here congratulating each other, encouraging their teams. And then, so this is not just like a chalo kuch ho raha hai. This is something much more. There is pride, there is involvement, and there is something. Then there is an HR involvement. One of the things, I have designed a course at ISB called the Future CHRO. And when I was designing the course last year, I was saying, what should CHROs do in future, which they have not been doing so far? Because this course was about future CHRO. And so I introduced a few topics. The most logical topic would be digital transformation, but I introduced ESG. I believe that the future CHRO must play a very involved, responsible, steering role in fostering ESG in the organizations. And I'm very happy to see, Prem, that you have taken the lead. You seem to have created a platform. You call it UDAAN, which both means takeoff and flying. Today I saw the takeoff. I want to see the flight later on. But I certainly see that you seem to have taken the lead, and you would be an example as it is. He leads the HRD network, and he kind of role models the HR function. And if more and more HR leaders take keen interest in this whole ESG phenomenon, it will become a part of the culture. And that's extremely important. Now come to the teams whom I congratulate. All the 3 teams did extremely well. I'm sure judges found it difficult, but obviously the tire was visible, and I am a converted customer. I went and told the CEO of the tire that next time for my car, I will not buy your competitor's tire. I'll buy JK tire. Because I clearly see that there is a proof here. I now fully understand how sustainability has been built into that tire. And so it's such a pleasure to see that real work is happening. The presentations were marked by an interesting thing. Did you notice how the presentations were done? They were precise, crisp, timely, just enough information, cover the most important aspect. What was the innovation? What was the contribution? What are the finances? And it is the integration of the 3, not any one of them, that makes it holistic. If you talk only of finance, then you would have one view. But I think in the whoever guided them and whichever way the template was made, in that there was a holistic. So you get A grade for the presentations in the hands of a professor, because you brought in all the 3 dimensions that are there. And seamless transition from member to member. It didn't appear, while it is very common these days for people to demonstrate teamwork, that no one person speaks, and therefore they all speak from one another. But it never gets so seamless as I watched it today. Seamless is in how do you hand off? Where do you start? It didn't look like someone is starting from the beginning. It looked like the person is sort of just building on what was said last. If this is what you are doing in your work back in the companies, I wish you are doing that. then there would be no silos. And most organizations, by the way, suffer from silos. And in silos, work doesn't flow as smoothly as it flowed in these presentations. This is a nice microcosmic indication that you have the potential to break silos if you learn how to hand over information from one another without a queue. So that is a few things that I wanted to say. The time was managed very well, and as I said, I have become a converted customer. Now, you must permit me to say the professorial grading process. I'll make not an error, but I think it's a more like your prioritization. ESG stands for environmental, social, and governance. Each of the team used it the way they wanted. Environmental is good enough to include sustainability. I know the focus is sustainability, but as we go into the world, if we are using a nomenclature, we must stay with whatever is the proper meaning of that. And if we interpret it our own way, some of the external standards it will not meet. So there was no requirement, but I think you did this because you are currently concerned with sustainability as the main thing. But going forward, probably use ESG differently. The last thing I would say, partly in that tone and the other way, is that these are often these things end up as point-in-time events. Great things do not happen merely in an episodic, ad hoc, and point-in-time ways. They happen when they become part of the culture of the organization, when people live it. I really loved the other day CSIR, the scientists of CSIR, made an interesting decision. They said, all on Mondays, people will not come to offices with ironed clothes. They will come with crumpled clothes. Why? Because ironing as a task is either using coal or electricity, which is causing environmental loss. And therefore, they decided that all scientists will come without any ironing. Now, and so, what I'm saying is, it is in our little gestures that we need to bring in gradually the awareness of environment. Doing it for a cement, for a project, for a prize, for an award, for a competition, has its own place as a great start point. But that's not the end of this journey. The end of the journey is to incorporate this in the day-to-day life. Maybe avoid wearing all your jackets in the heat of Delhi just because it looks very smart, because each jacket needs more ironing, each jacket needs more maintenance. I'm sorry if I'm referring to that. I know we have had traditions, but perhaps India needs a different sustainable cloth. Our climates are not designed to emulate the British ways of living, but many of us do that. If we look back at our natural ways of living, which our ancestors did, people in the villages did, they used earthen pots, they used many things which were very, very environmental friendly. I guess JK organization, given your commitment, given your interest, given your power, influence, global India-wide presence, you have a great opportunity to make a leadership movement out of environmental and sustainable goals. Just do not reduce it to an occasional event. It is a great start, but probably we look to you to take the lead and make it a part of life. On that note, thank you, sir. It's such a pleasure to meet all of you. Thank you very much.
So thank you so much, Professor. Really appreciate. Thank you for sharing your areas for improvement, particularly the wrinkles achhe hain example that you gave of CSIR. That is wonderful. Thank you also for clarifying the social theme of ESG. And thank you for talking about and reminding the smell test of Professor Sumantra Ghoshal. And thank you for talking about all those finer nuances that you did, so important insights. But bigger thank you for becoming a partner in our mission of Desh Ka Tire, JK Tire. Thank you so much. Now I would request Chancellor, sir, and sir, you can use the mic there to share your valuable thoughts. Over to you, sir.
Sir, I'm taking the liberty of delivering this speech by sitting and not getting up. Thank you very much for your consideration. Good evening, respected jury members, senior executives, business team, and my dear participants. A very warm welcome and a special thanks to all of you for joining us at the concluding session of JKO Annual UDAAN Competition 23-24. I would especially like to acknowledge the incredible team from across JK organization who have dedicated their time and energy to participate in this year's event. UDAAN is more than just a competition. It is a platform, and as Henry Ford aptly said, if everyone is moving towards together, then success takes care of itself. An UDAAN team from across JK organization come together to brainstorm, innovate, and develop solutions that address real-world business challenges. It is a breeding ground for groundbreaking ideas that have potential to propel our organization forward towards success. By fostering cross-function collaboration, it cultivates an environment where diverse perspectives converge to solve complex challenges. UDAAN not only recognizes and rewards the best ideas, but also nurtures a culture of continuous improvement, driving the organization towards excellence and sustainable growth. This year's theme, Driving Stakeholders' Value through ESG, reflects our commitment to more sustainable future. Environmentally, this means prioritizing practices that minimize our impact, like reducing carbon emission and waste, while conserving resources. Socially, we are dedicated to fostering a diverse and inclusive workplace, prioritizing employees' well-being and contributing positively to our community. Finally, strong governance is paramount. We uphold ethical standards and ensure transparent decision-making for creating long-term value for stakeholders. My compliments to all the 14 teams for their participation and my congratulations to the winners. I would also like to take a moment to applaud the stakeholders involved, that is eminent jury members, for taking out their time for this from their busy schedule, business heads and business HR heads, senior leaders for facilitating the generation and showcasing the ideas, the business administration and HR team and the group HR team for putting all this together. Thank you so much.
We'll play a brief video on all the UDAAN winners so far. May I request everybody to rise and applaud for the winners.
To be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
Please be seated. I now request Business HR Head of the winning team, Dr. Sudhanshu Pathak, to present vote of thanks.
A very good evening to all present here. To really start with, I am really honored by having this opportunity to convey our thanks, our deep regards and respects to our DICs, that every time we are given the opportunity to lead towards the future. If we look back last 3-4 years, we have been leading this UDAAN through the theme of customer centricity by digitalization. This year onwards, today again, we are given another very, very promising and most critical subject of driving stakeholders' value through ESG. Respected sirs and madam, I can assure you, in my own business, as I have seen during last couple of months, the awareness building that this initiative has created, we have achieved a lot by this platform. In tire business alone, there were 61 teams. Multiplied by 4, that means almost more than 10% of our MCS has been exposed into. Being this very, very fast year of this particular topic, we have seen, initially we thought that what kind of ideas we are going to get through, but when we started evaluating, we found that there is a rich thinking, innovative thoughts by many of the teams, and it is the few teams here from all businesses, that 14 teams, but behind this there are 161 teams, and all are rich with very, very progressive thoughts, and let us drive that, and that itself will make our objective of stakeholder value creation through ESG. So a great thanks and a lot of respect to our DICs. Coming to our business leaders, I have seen every time in my business as well as in other businesses how we are guided, how they spare time, as well as in our locations, the respective plant heads, respective departmental heads. Even I'm sure that they might be, some of them are there through this online virtual mode, but irrespective of that, I really thank all of them across all businesses for their time, dedication, mentoring, and also making this, our colleagues here, 14 teams and many other teams behind, make their time available, support and everything from their regular task to really devote their time and continuously grooming their thoughts and ideas. A great job by our group HR team for last couple of months, every time knocking to what extent you are ready, give the names and everything. So thanks. I really make a note here that it is Mr. Prem Singh ji and our entire corporate HR team, whether it is UDAAN or it is PMA, every time they keep us alert and they really keep on adding value to make this kind of progressive movement in the organizations to really go ahead. Not less, but all the teams, you are making even less than 10% of the total number of teams that are present here. 161 total teams, only 14 teams are here. So you yourself, whether you are in number 3 or not, but you all are winners from your respective businesses. So I congratulate everyone, and you are the winner. Your projects are going to really get a huge breakthrough once it is taken and executed forward. The entire, all other support present over here, everyone, including this Holiday Inn, the staff members and everyone who has made these 2 days very, very exciting, supported in all aspects. I also like to extend my thanks to all of them. So with this, I conclude, and once again, a great evening for all of you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
With this, we conclude felicitation ceremony of UDAAN competition 2023-24. Tea is served. You are requested to have tea and network over a cup of tea. Before that, I would request all participants to gather near stage for a group photograph with the ICs and senior leaders. Can you come quickly, please?
Yeah, and others can join for tea and coffee. So the winners can come here.
No, sir, all participants. All 14 teams, yeah. All 14 teams, please come for the group photograph. So winners की तो हो गई ना, all 14 teams please come. हाँ हाँ जी, यहाँ आ जाएंगे, पीछे आ जाएंगे, आ जाएगा सर, आ जाएगा. आ जाएगा.